it comes down to access and transparency, which our state is not a good friend with, does not enjoy transparency. So the ingenious nature of this extraction was that, villains like the Guptas, they targeted multi-billion rand tenders at a very high level. They stocked the boards. That was their method of operation. This method of operation was different, is that it was transactions within the 500,000 rand threshold, a 3-quote system, and that's how it was executed, just at scale. Now, those tools would definitely be beneficial for journalists. They would be equally beneficial for the state. In 2025, all of our procurement is done on a paper-based system. Every single transaction that was executed at Thembisa Hospital as part of this extraction was done on paper. So there's a reason for that, because if we have a modernized procurement system, then there are extra guardrails in place to prevent such things happening. It's intentionally resisted by multiple arms of the state because it allows the patronage and extraction to continue. It allows the human frailty to overwhelm the system and say, we'll overlook this expired BE certificate, we'll overlook the tax certificate, we'll overlook that this document was tampered with. That's how all of the transactions were perfected. What I want access to is the BAS system. BAS system, basic accounting system, most government departments run on it except for SOEs and municipalities. That is controlled by National Treasury. That is a database that I want. And that every member of the public is entitled to. There should be a portal on the National Treasury's website where you can key in a company registration number and see how much they've been paid, by whom, and for what service. That does not exist. If you request it from Treasury, they will say no. They say, we're not the custodians of this data. You must request the entity itself. Now, you have a syndicate, which our thesis is that it's a national syndicate. How many national departments are there that we have to PIA? That's hundreds of PIA applications. Because PIA is also a farce, because you will just be ignored or denied. With access to BAS, we can break the back of corruption syndicates in a fortnight. And we must ask ourselves why Treasury doesn't want us to have that information, which is uncontroversial, because as a taxpayer, you are entitled to know how the government spends your money.